Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. It is pretty close to the springtime. It is February 15th, 2019. We're coming at you live, not live, but from New York City, Brooklyn, New York. My name is Marcus Schott. I'm a real estate agent helping you buy, sell, and rent real estate in New York. Listen, interest rates are low. That's a good thing. That means more buyers can buy homes at an affordable rate. So a lot of people are intimidated by the process, so we want to go over it with you right now. The question is, how do I buy a home? I would say first thing you want to do, find a real estate agent. In our market, most sellers are compensating buyers agents. It's generally no cost to the buyer. It's built into the cost, especially if there's the seller's being represented by a real estate broker. Number two, you want to get pre-qualified. This is going to give you your budget. Talk to a loan officer. They're going to go over your income, your debts, and decide what is a safe and affordable amount to loan you where they feel comfortable. So it could be, usually you want to talk to them about the down payment, which is about 10 to 20%, depending on condo, co-op, if it's a multifamily house. So once you have your budget in mind, you want to start visiting properties. So one of my biggest tips of advice that I give home buyers is understand your budget and understand what you're looking for. Do you want a condo because you want to have flexible rules and not deal with a co-op board? Is it a primary residence? Do you want it for income? Do you want to be there for 3 years, 10 years? Think about your utility in this home and what sort of value is it going to bring to you. That's the number one thing. Once you know what you have, it makes it a lot easier. You can target specifically what you want, and if you see something on the market, you can make an aggressive offer quickly, or once something comes up, you can know, hey, this is a good value versus this other home that I saw that was similar because I've had my eye on the market myself as a buyer or with my real estate agent or broker. So once you found a property that you like, you got to make an offer, right? You want to go ahead with your pre-approval or pre-qualification letter, go over your terms and conditions, the timeline, the price, obviously, and if you want anything done to the home. And at this point, you definitely want to have a real estate attorney as well. They'll be negotiating the contracts and doing the due diligence on the property, and also making sure that the property is free and clear of liens, tax liens, things like that. So there you go. Yeah, and this will be then the next step. Obviously, is that you're going to do the review of the house, make sure it's free and clear. Like I said, if there's a co-op, there'll be board minutes, and you want to get an attorney who specializes in New York City real estate. Our laws are a little bit more complex and the price points are a little bit higher, so it's advisable to have a real estate attorney who knows what they're doing. Look online, ask a friend, interview a few, and they all generally about $1,500 to $2,500. Money well spent. So once the terms and conditions are agreed upon, you will sign the contract and put down a deposit. This could take a day or two. It could take 10 days. It really depends. What sort of clauses you want in there. Is there going to be a financing contingency? That means if you can't get a loan, then the contract is void. Is there an appraisal clause? So, not all sellers want that, but is there an appraisal clause? It'll be different from property to property. So that's why you want to make sure all your I's are dotted and T's are crossed. Next, listen, now you have the contract, you have put a down payment. It's generally be about 10%, and you want to complete the loan application. This is done with your bank. You're going to organize an appraisal on the property and make sure the bank is willing to loan on the amount that you agreed on. If you have a condo or a co-op that has a board package, this is where you do the condo application. This is a separate application from your loan, and this will go over and basically be an about me financial summary before you have a board interview. It can ask you for letters of reference. It'll ask you for the mortgage commitment letter, bank statements, tax returns, financial documents. Okay? If you have a dog, they might ask for a picture, okay? The board reviews and approves the purchase. If everything goes well, congratulations. The next step is the bank's going to go through the underwriters and give you a clearance to close. Once you get the okay from the bank and the co-op or condo board, the attorneys will set a closing, and this is where you will do your final negotiations. If sometimes there might be concessions if something came up in the inspection or something along those lines. Attorneys set a closing date, and now you have your final walkthrough with your agent to go through the home, make sure everything's in order, make sure it's the same condition as it is when you purchase the place, and if there's any concessions, maybe you keep furniture or they agreed to paint. Any contingencies you had in your loan or in the contract, make sure it is done. And finally, you do the closing. This takes about 1 to 2 hours, possibly 3 if you're using a bank, and you will now be a homeowner in New York. That is about it. So thank you for tuning in. I have a step-by-step guide on how to purchase a home in New York City. You can find it on my website, www.marcusamadeus.com/services, and you can click the buyers button, learn more. We will go over all key terms. This is kind of a brief synopsis, but key terms like co-op shareholder, what is a flip tax, common charges, what do they cover, things like that. And we'll probably have a couple more videos to go more in depth to help you out as well. What else we got here? That's pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you know a friend who is looking or you're looking, reach out to me. You can DM me, email me, send a carrier pigeon, use the phone, which is better, maybe text, and we can see if you are interested in working together. Now I can help. That's a great day. Have a nice Friday, TGIF. We're going to go into the long President's Day weekend. Enjoy. Bye.